and she's 5, she's most likely done growing up. She's most likely going to start filling out, okay? It doesn't mean she couldn't grow another half an inch or an inch. I've had horses grow super late. Everyone's a little different, okay? All right, somebody throw me something.
Looks pretty, like, even.
Yeah, okay, she looks pretty even.
Her shoulders might be like slightly smaller than the rest, just based on from here.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. Hi, keep right there. Hi, okay. So we'll go here. Now we'll go here. All right, a little bit smaller than the barrel. All right, and then we're gonna come back here. Pretty damn close to the hind end. Okay, and if we want to talk about you're very cute. Right, and if we want to talk about, again, we're looking at, this is our powerhouse, okay? This is what we've got to get out of the way, right? So, if we had to choose a bigger hind end and a smaller shoulder versus a larger shoulder and a smaller hind end, which one would we choose for eventing?
Bigger hind end.
Bigger hind end, right? We got to get the power, okay? Great.
Which is ironic because everyone wants to talk about shoulders.
Because that's all they know how to look at.
Correct.
They don't know how to differentiate where the muscles are versus the bones back here, okay? Part of the thing that Courtney and I are so good at, we can look at a horse, whether it's in race training, post-race training, sitting out in a field, never been touched. We can see the bone structures, and our imagination can fill in what that horse's muscular muscles are going to look like after if we have some development, okay? All right, so we got the thirds. What's the next thing we should look at? How about stifle to elbow ratio? So when we talk about stifle, I'm talking about specifically the stifle joint. The stifle joint specifically, it's right here, okay? Because this is the end of the femur and the beginning of the tibia, right? So let's go to the front leg. Elbow, because the elbow is the end of the
Humerus.
Say it louder.
Humerus.
Humerus. That's right, kids. Don't everyone talk at once, okay? The humerus, and to our, I didn't discuss this bone, and they'll just, it's fine. It's the ulna, okay? So, do we think our stifle to elbow ratio is pretty similar?
Maybe slightly downhill.
Okay, I would agree with that. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. So now we take those joints. Now let's come up and look at her top line. Okay? So our first horse, his top line went low to high. What is hers doing?
High to low.
Okay? So right, we're just getting to about equal here. Okay? Now, if she grows another ½ inch, that'll take care of that aspect, but that's not going to fix anything down below. Those bones are done growing. Our leg bones, here are done growing. Here are done growing, okay? This could grow a little more. This could grow a little more, okay? So, now that we've discussed that, so overall we'd say she's just a tip downhill, just a tiny bit, right? Now look at her neck. Where does her neck tie in?
Very low.
Okay? So, yes, I know, you're still beautiful, right? So her neck does tie in quite low, okay? And again, we don't want to get too caught up in where the muscles are, because especially with race horses, that can change. Posture is something that can change because of the muscles. We need to look at the bone.
Where would not low be? Like, if you can.
The first horse was
Okay.
not low.
Okay.
Okay. His bones came in at like this kind of an angle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily. It's yes, it is where they come out in the shoulder, but also what angle they're coming out of the shoulder.
Okay. Okay.
For instance, think about a like cow bred quarter horse. Its neck comes out like this. because, and they want that shoulder down because they want them here, right? They want them to get low to the ground to work those cows, okay? Okay, so, all right, and and you can tell that too, that she's just a smidge low here, right? But here's the good news. She's 5, she's doing starter level. If she's ridden in a way that can encourage more muscular development here, she's gonna move like this, right? Everyone agree? No one agree? You can not agree with me. I'll just tell you you're wrong. All right. So that's her overall body. Great. Let's back her up a step. Back. There. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All 4 legs. She's really wild. I feel unsafe working. Yeah, she's like, what do you want? Come on, back up. Oh, that's the stifle lock, that's why. Here. Okay, so, here, you know what, just flop her around more. Okay, guys, why do you think stifles lap in horses? Their stifle is compared to our knee.
So if they get stuck the wrong way, stand straight for a long period of time?
So what happens, do you know what the stay apparatus is? Okay, you ever seen a horse sleeping in its stall, standing up? Has a hind leg cocked, correct? That hind leg, right? So imagine my knee. You know we have ligaments on either side of our patella, okay? And one over the patella. What happens, the stay apparatus are those ligaments that lock the patella into place so the horse can literally rest on that leg bend, okay? What happens when we have horses that grow and their bones have growth spurts, the ligaments take 6 to 12 months to catch up. So, standing still makes that ligament catch because it's just a little bit too short. By allowing her to walk, allowing her to move a little bit more, that helps keep that a little bit more fluid, okay? So if that is something, if it's known to me that a young horse, let's say 3, 4, 5, has a history of having the stifle sticky, and she has conformation like this, which says, you know what, she's gonna grow out of it, okay? What would be a conformation that may not grow out of that stifle problem behind? Look at your charts.
Post-legged? Post-legged?
Post-legged, why?
Because the hock is so straight that like moving it wouldn't really stretch the ligaments that much.
Okay, so post-legged,
Or stifle.
right? So we're talking post-legged, it's taking away that angulation that the horses need to have in order to have the proper the proper angulation in the stifle to move, right? So yes, that could contribute to having that ligament catching more, and that could end up being a horse that they have surgeries and some other protocols and stuff to help. But again, with her, if this horse were coming to me in my barn with this issue, I would say, okay, you know what? She might need more turnout. She might need a bigger stall. There's other things we can do to allow her to move more until she gets to a place where she's able to grow out of that.